First at 6, Governor Perdue goes to Washington. North Carolina's chief executive tries to secure millions of dollars in federal stimulus money to help salvage the state budget. Good evening, everyone. I'm Larry Stogner.
And I'm Angela Hampton. Governor Perdue met with our state's representatives along with President-elect Barack Obama's transition team. The goal, to make sure North Carolina is not forgotten when the federal government starts handing out billions. Rebecca Hall joins us now live from Washington, D.C. with more on the governor's big sell in our nation's capital. Rebecca?
Angela, Governor Perdue says it's not that the state wants money from the federal government, it's that the state needs it. $20 billion of it.
Maybe that's appropriate that I came on my birthday to ask for gifts.
Governor Bev Perdue marked her 62nd birthday in the nation's capital. The only gift she wants, a financial one to pass along to North Carolinians.
Our entire state is at risk. Everybody's job is, doubtful now.
Like most state leaders, Perdue thinks her large and growing state deserves some financial help from Congress. She hopes it can come in the proposed national stimulus package. Today, she made that clear in meetings with President-elect Obama's transition team, most of the North Carolina delegation, and both state senators.
The infrastructure is crucial, not only for North Carolina, but for the entire country, and the key is job creation.
This is about making tough political and realistic financial decisions about the lives of 9.5 million people.
The governor also identified about $18 billion worth of capital improvement projects the state needs.
From bridges to roads to water and sewer to public schools and community colleges and university buildings, it just crosses the gamut.
In some cases, it will prevent people losing jobs, teachers, law enforcement, and others.
But Perdue says that's just the beginning. The state budget shortfall is estimated at $2 billion. She can find ways to trim that in half, but she's asking that any stimulus proposal also include recovery efforts to help close the gap even more.
I cannot today tell you where I will go to find another $1 billion of cuts without beginning to do draconian cuts to the people in North Carolina.
And the president-elect hopes to sign off on a stimulus package by mid-February. North Carolina leaders should have a better idea of how much of that they'll get, if any, even before that. Angela?
Very important information everybody wants to know as soon as possible. Rebecca Hall, live in Washington. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Congress could soon put billions on the table in the form of an economic stimulus package.
However it's distributed, Governor Perdue wants to make sure North Carolina gets its share. That's why her first official trip as governor took her to the halls of Congress. Perdue spent the day in meetings with lawmakers to get her point across. Bruce Mildorf was there as well. He joins us live from the nation's capital tonight. Bruce.
Governor Perdue met with members of President-elect Obama's transition team, the House delegation, and both of North Carolina's senators. Her message was very clear. North Carolina needs a lot of money.
I vote in his district.
As Governor Perdue put it, she was here hat in hand asking for financial assistance. After meeting with North Carolina's House delegation, Perdue indicated the reception was mixed.
I certainly don't feel as good about where we are here as where we are with Obama's team.
She says the meeting with Obama's transition team went extremely well.
We were there almost an hour where we worked in detail on North Carolina's positions and why we need 2 pots of assistance.
One pot includes more than $10 billion for infrastructure projects. Examples include roads, bridges, and new school construction. Projects, she says, that will create jobs. The other pot of money will help fill the state's projected $2.2 billion budget shortfall.
I can find $1 billion. I found it yesterday. 2 hours. I can tell you pretty quickly where I'm going to go first to find $1 billion of our shortfall. I can't find another $1 billion.
Without federal help for the state's budget, Perdue says there will be draconian cuts that impact the safety and well-being of every North Carolinian. Her pitch was by no means an easy sell.
We realize that the economic situation we're in is going to require a stimulus that reaches the broadest number of tax-paying citizens possible. And I'm pleased that the governor's list does that. There are going to be a lot of obstacles to overcome because we know that there's not enough money for everything.
We've got serious problems, and it's such a pleasure to have Governor Perdue up here, and we have worked together closely for years, and we will definitely continue working hard.
Today is Governor Perdue's birthday. She says all she wants is a gift that will help all of North Carolina. Late this afternoon, Perdue's team released a preliminary list of infrastructure projects that are ready to go. To see the list, go to WRAL.com. Pam?
Thank you, Bruce.